When Wode Maya met Miss Trudy and their bond grew stronger, I told Wode Maya that, bro, this is your wife. You will marry this Kenyan lady. Wode Maya's response was, nah, bro, I'm too young for this. I'm not ready for marriage. Fast forward. I guess I can see the future, right? Anyway, I have known Wode Maya since 2016, so fasten your seatbelt for some exclusive details that you will first hear on this channel. But wait, before Wode Maya met Miss Trudy, there was Candice. Now let's go back to how Wode Maya's journey all began. Wode Maya, a celebrated Ghanaian YouTuber known for his unique and positive portrayal of Africa, has captured the hearts of millions. His journey from a small Ghanaian village to becoming one of Africa's most influential content creators is filled with grit, resilience, ambition, and a strong commitment to reshaping the narrative surrounding Africa. In this video, we are going to delve into Wode Maya's early life, struggles, marriage, and journey to success as a YouTuber and advocate for Africa. Welcome to Just Great, where all it takes is grit. My name is Charisma, and if you are new here, subscribe to join the Just Great family. Click on the bell and click on all. Wode Maya, born Berthold Kobe Winkler Akon, was raised in a humble village in Ghana in the western region. His brand name, Wode Maya, means my mother in Chinese, a brand name he gave to himself because of the love for his mother and also for the fact that his mother supported his YouTube ambitions. His childhood was marked by the close-knit community life typical of many African villages, where everyone knew each other and neighbors often acted as extended family. However, life wasn't always easy. Growing up with limited resources, he learned early on to appreciate hard work, the value of family, and the importance of education through his dad. As a young boy, Wode Maya was curious and eager to learn about the world beyond his village. His curiosity was fueled by stories he heard about other countries and by his own dream to one day explore beyond Ghana. Yet, coming from a modest background, his dreams often seemed out of reach. Despite these challenges, his family encouraged his education, knowing it could open doors to a better future. Wode Maya's academic journey was marked by both hard work and perseverance. After excelling in school, he was awarded a scholarship to study engineering in China. This was a monumental opportunity, not only because it allowed him to pursue higher education, but also because it meant he could explore the world as he had always dreamed. Moving to China, however, came with its own set of challenges. Wode faced culture shock, language barriers, and discrimination. Being one of the few Africans in his community, he encountered stereotypes and racial biases that were hard to ignore. There were times he felt like giving up, but his resilience and determination kept him going. He knew that his mission extended beyond personal success. He wanted to change the way people viewed Africa and Africans. Living in China wasn't easy, but Wode eventually adapted and found a supportive community of fellow international students. He pushed through the academic demands of his engineering program, though his heart wasn't entirely invested in becoming an engineer. During this time, a tragic event struck him, the death of his father. This loss was a significant blow. Far from home and dealing with grief, Wode felt lost and disconnected. His father had always been a guiding force in his life, and the loss left a void. However, this tragedy also strengthened his resolve to honor his father's memory by pursuing his passion and giving back to Africa. It was around this period that Wode began considering alternative ways to make a difference. Wode Maya's YouTube channel began at the latter days of 2013, almost by accident, with his roommate in China, who encouraged him to upload his first video in 2014, a comedy skit. Acquiring a camera came at a cost that Wode Maya couldn't afford, so he thought it wise to shoot the comedy skits with a cheap Samsung phone owned by his friend. The feedback from the skits, however, were heartbreaking and discouraging for Wode Maya, as friends, schoolmates, and netizens mocked his efforts, with some going as far as saying that he doesn't look good on camera. Others made very rude remarks like, "You are disgracing Ghana." The harsh feedbacks nearly broke Wode Maya's spirit, but as relentless as he is, he soldiered on with grace. His tenacious nature eventually paid off, as his breakthrough video on YouTube came just 23 days later after posting his first YouTube video, a video titled "Black People Speak Chinese," in which he approached random Chinese people speaking Chinese. In that video featured one of the very few friends of his who believed in his content creation vision at its early days, Tony, whom he affectionately called Tony Megabush. That video amassed over 1 million views, a sign that content creation is Wode Maya's destiny. The success of that video informed Wode Maya's decision to switch from comedy skits to creating content about life in China as an African or a black man, of course with comic reliefs. His videos, which documented his personal experiences with humor and authenticity, began attracting a following. People resonated with his candid approach, and he quickly gained a reputation as a relatable and down-to-earth storyteller. Wode Maya's early videos tackled the misunderstandings and prejudice he faced, giving his audience a glimpse into the daily life and challenges of an African in China. His platform quickly grew as he became a voice for Africans living abroad, bringing attention to their experiences and celebrating their resilience. Advised by his late dad, Wode Maya would eventually include content which were centered on changing the narratives about Africa in China, which ultimately gave birth to his Africa to the World content creation project. While building his YouTube channel, Wode Maya also crossed paths with Miss Trudy, a Kenyan YouTuber. Their first meeting in Ethiopia was a memorable one. Their bond grew over shared values, and they quickly became a team, both in content creation and in life. Together, they formed the enviable True Maya gang. I have known Wode Maya since 2016, during his days in China. When Wode Maya met Miss Trudy and their bond grew stronger, I told Wode Maya that, "Bro, this is your wife. You will marry this lady." His response was, "Nah, bro, I'm too young for this. I'm not ready for marriage." Fast forward, I guess I can see the future, right? But wait, before Miss Trudy was Candice, Wode Maya's Chinese girlfriend. Wode Maya obviously met Candice during his stay in China. Their relationship started on a friendly note. They then grew fond of each other as time passed by in romantic eye contact. Candice played an instrumental role in helping Wode Maya feel at home in China. Wode Maya gained fluency in Chinese by constantly learning to sing Chinese songs and starting conversations with random Chinese students on campus, and obviously his eventual Chinese girlfriend, Candice. Candice and Wode Maya's relationship became the talk of the town in his Chinese neighborhood and also on the internet. Unfortunately, But fortunately for Miss Trudy, Candice and Wode Maya's paths diverged as Candice moved to the USA to further her education, and Wode Maya, on the other hand, back to Ghana to commence his Africa to the World project, which was inspired by his late dad. Anyway, enough of Candice. Let's shift the focus to who wears the ring now and sees Wode Maya's face first thing in the morning, and that's Miss Trudy. Back to where we left off. Miss Trudy and Wode Maya's relationship blossomed on and off the screen, and together they traveled across Africa, documenting its beauty, diverse cultures, and entrepreneurial spirit. They became a power couple on YouTube, using their platforms to amplify each other's voices and challenge the negative stereotypes often associated with Africa. Their love story inspired many, showing how two people from different African countries would come together and celebrate their heritage. Wode Maya and Miss Trudy eventually tied the knot in 2022. They agreed to marry on the anniversary date that Miss Trudy lost her mom. Wode Maya's marriage to Miss Trudy is no longer a nuptial between two individuals, but a marriage between two countries, Ghana and Kenya. I wish them the very best in their marriage. May God continue to bless their marriage and blindfold any evil eye set against them. Can I get an amen? With his channel growing in popularity, Wode Maya made a bold decision to focus more on Africa. On his return back to Ghana to properly establish his Africa to the world concept, Wode Maya reached out to big names in the content creation industry in Ghana, like Zion Felix, eventually to Kojo Sheldon, and many others to join forces with him. But he got no response from any of them. As determined as he was, he battled on as a lone soldier, pun intended. Today, Wode Maya is one of the most sought-after content creators and influencers in the world at large, sought after by even those that turned blind eyes to his proposals once upon a time. His travels took him across the continent, from Kenya to Ethiopia, to Uganda, to Rwanda, where he had one of his biggest breakthrough videos, and eventually to Botswana. Along the way, he documented the stories of Africans who were building successful businesses, transforming their communities, and pushing for social change. Through these stories, Wode showed a different side of Africa, one of progress, innovation, and hope. Wode Maya's mission is a clear one: to present Africa in a positive light. He aims to counter the poverty narrative that has long dominated media portrayals of Africa. Instead of focusing on problems, he highlights solutions, showcasing Africans who are solving challenges in their own communities. His videos feature African entrepreneurs, inventors, and change makers, proving that the continent is brimming with talent, resilience, and potential. In each country he visits, Wode Maya takes his viewers on a journey that goes beyond the surface. He delves into the history, culture, and economic opportunities that make each African country unique.
I feel like crying.
His goal is to inspire Africans to appreciate their own continent and encourage the African diaspora to reconnect with their roots. He also hopes to attract international interest in Africa, not out of pity, but from a place of respect and admiration for what the continent has to offer. As his channel grew, so did Wode Maya's influence. Today, he is one of Africa's top YouTubers, with millions of subscribers and millions of views on his videos. His content resonates not only with Africans, but with viewers from around the world who are interested in learning from the continent from a fresh perspective. His content now transcends beyond Africa into the Caribbean, where the goal is to connect the dots and bridge the gap between Caribbeans and Africans, as the ancestral roots of Caribbeans can be traced to Africa. Wode Maya's journey is a testament to the power of digital storytelling. With nothing but a camera and just grit, he has built a brand that challenges mainstream narratives and gives Africa a voice on the global platform. His success is not merely measured by subscriber count, but by the impact he has had on people's perceptions of Africa. Through his videos, he has been able to connect Africans across the diaspora, foster a sense of pride among young Africans, and encourage others to invest in the continent's future. In addition to his YouTube success, Wode Maya has become a sought-after speaker and influencer. He collaborates with African businesses, governments, and NGOs to promote investment and tourism in Africa. His work has earned him numerous accolades, including recognition from media outlets and awards that celebrate his contribution to African storytelling. Despite his success, Wode Maya remains humble and grounded. He often attributes his accomplishments to his supportive family, friends, and fans. His mission is far from over. In fact, Wode Maya sees his journey as just beginning. He plans to continue traveling across Africa, unearthing stories that celebrate the continent's diversity and potential. Wode Maya's vision for Africa goes beyond just changing the narrative. He dreams of a continent that is self-sufficient, where young Africans have opportunities to succeed without leaving their homeland. His message is one of empowerment, urging Africans to take pride in their heritage, invest in their communities, and work towards a brighter future. Wode Maya's life story is a powerful example of how one person's passion, grit, and perseverance can make a difference. From his modest beginnings in a Ghanaian village to his current status as one of Africa's most beloved content creators, Wode Maya's journey is one of hope, resilience, grit, unwavering dedication to his continent. Through his work, he continues to inspire millions, proving that Africa's story is one of triumph, progress, and limitless potential. Indeed, Wode Maya has grit. So that's it for today on Just Grit. If you are new here, do make sure to subscribe to the channel, click on the bell icon, and click on all. Remember, all it takes is just grit to achieve your aspirations in life. My name is Charisma. I'll see you in the next one. God bless you. Adios.